Howdy do buckaroos. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to talk about being haunted by your past and how that changes your identity and how you can get that identity back. I feel like it kind of all goes together. When you're haunted by the past, you feel as though you are the person from the past, that those actions and decisions are who you are now. And while they certainly were a part of your character development, they aren't you now. You are you now. And whatever you did and whoever you were is in the past. It's not tangible anymore. You can't change it. And this sounds cliche, but you need to let it go. You can be not only who you want to be, but who you are now, right now. And I think the reason we get stuck in this cycle of, no, maybe you did some horrible action, maybe you're just ashamed, or anything along those lines, is because you are letting what you believe other people think you are define who you are now. And I think it goes in tandem. When you hold shame about an action or a decision you made, usually you have shame, either because of your own personal beliefs or because it affected another person. And then you carry that shame with you. Well, you know you feel that way, but other people don't. But when we think about how other people view us, we tend to think about them as though they have all the facts. I think it's much more rare we sit down and go, this person does not know that Robert, I don't know, as a kid, walked down Main Street naked, right? Like, they don't know that. They don't have that context. It doesn't matter. But when we think about other people's perspective on us, well, we think they have all the information. So that means they know about this embarrassing or shameful thing we did or decided to do in the past, and we carry it with us. When we do that, we're allowing, and this is a little convoluted, but work with me, we are allowing our projection of our shame that we think another person has, because we can't see how other people think, to be who we are. If that makes sense, it's like looking in the mirror and going, that person in the mirror is shitty because they did something. And I'm shitty because I'm the person in the mirror. And that's just not quite right. It's okay to make bad decisions. Everyone does it, right? You are not, maybe you did something terrible and you carry that guilt with you, but everyone makes bad decisions. Everyone is haunted by the past to some degree. But you can move past that. Who you were isn't who you are now. And the ideas that other people have of you, that you think they have of you, just aren't real. Most people don't care that much. They aren't putting that much energy in. They don't know everything you've done. You should feel free of that. You can change who you are as well at really any point in time. But there has to come an acceptance of you are you right now. You are not you in the past, and you are not this projection that you put onto other people that you think they put onto you. You are you right now. That is the hardest part to grasp. You can change at any point in time. If you have a goal you want to do, you can just start working on it. And this kind of works on the compound idea of getting 1% better every day. If you think you're just, and pardon my language, a total fuck up, you can fuck up the things that make you bad. You want to get McDonald's? Can't be bothered to do it. Yeah, it's laziness. But you're fucking up going to eat at McDonald's. Are you really losing anything here? And it's that tiny little change that allows you to grasp some sense of your own identity, I think. I don't think rebuilding an identity or even finding yourself is a quick process. It is a slow, gradual, Sisyphean task. You're pushing the rock up the hill, and that rock going to come back down, and then you're going to go put it up. But you're going to put it up 1% better. You'll never be 100%. But 1% better every day does add up, I believe. And in referencing to being haunted by the past, remember earlier when I said the past is intangible? You can't make that person you were 1% better. They don't exist anymore. Only you in the present exist. So you can only make yourself better. And that is the beginning of grabbing your new identity back, creating your own identity, not one filled in by your projections of insecurities that you think other people have of you, and not one of your own insecurities that you put on yourself. It is a slow walk up the mountain with a heavy boulder that you know you will lose, and an acceptance of that. In that moment, you are also accepting the present. Now, I have some other notes on this, such as how you grow or how you stagnate in response to your actions or decisions will define your character. And this is where the past is intangible. But if you sulk in it and you allow it to become you, you've stagnated. But if you take it and you do that just a little 1% better every day, you will become a new character. We have this idea that we are what we are and always are what we were. And that's just not the case. Every day you are a different person. I think it's Marcus Aurelius who said something along the lines of when a man visits the river and he comes back to it, this is a poor quote of it, he is no longer the same man and the river is no longer the same river, for it has changed. That general idea applies. Who you were yesterday isn't who you are today. And that little difference will add up over time. And then at some point, later down the line, presuming you have done this 1% every day, not only will you have seen a better you in the past, maybe a more positive reflection on who you are, you'll also see that you yourself have become better. You'll have, maybe you're journaling, I think you should be, or maybe you're taking pictures and you just like to post on IG, whatever. You'll see the change. You'll see who you were, and hopefully you'll have the idea that you aren't that person anymore. You're now you now. It's a freeing sense of idea, I believe. Something freeing for me, at least, when I think of, oh, I did this and that was cringe, or oh, I didn't go do that. Indecision is the same as decision. It's the decision to do nothing. And to just accept it, that is the past. And I am here now, and I can make active, positive decisions to better my life. And it's not easy. It's slow, it's arduous, but it does build a sense of pride and a better sense of personal identity. That, yeah, maybe I could have done more in the past. Maybe I should have been more active in school. But right now, I can be more active in my responsibilities. Yeah, I can try a little harder at work. I can go a little harder in the gym. Maybe I can come home and do the dishes and make the bed and be responsible. To add these responsibilities, to bear your cross, so to say, right, is part of that 1% better. Part of what you can use to prop yourself up. Part of something that you in the past weren't. A definitive separating line between what you were, what is no longer, and what is. And I think it's always nice to have that little reminder, if you will. Now, some other notes I have at this is, well, here's another poor quote, and I don't know what gentleman this came from. I believe he's a Catholic preacher. But if you're of the religious sense, it is, we don't pray to remind God of ourselves, but we remind ourselves that we aren't God. We can't fix everything all at once and change how we think people think of us. We can only look at ourselves. And with the small steps we take, right? For me, I like to pray every day to God, be like, thank you. I usually try to be thankful. I don't think it's kind of just to go complain to God. Because then you get in that sense of feeling it's okay to complain about everything, I think, and then it builds up as part of your character trait. But I try to be more thankful. And what I think, how it helps me, I guess, if I could word this best, when it comes to being thankful, is that's a trait I didn't really have in the past. I wasn't very thankful to wake up. I wasn't thankful for the things I have. I wasn't thankful for the fact my family's always been there for me. There's been a lot of things I just wasn't thankful for. And I never put any thought into them, the importance of them, what they might be, right? Consider that part of the past. That could haunt me, totally could haunt me. Carry over, probably influences some of the things I do, and I just don't think about it. But now, when I'm on my lunch break at work and I'm sitting in my truck, I like to pray to God and be thankful for the things I do have. That is my definitive change for me, is that I'm now praying to God and being thankful and grateful for the things I have. I'm glad I get to go to the gym. I get to read, right? I get to do X, Y, and Z. And maybe for some of y'all, that's the smallest step you could take. You don't even have to believe in a God. You can just be like, I'm grateful I'm making breakfast right now. You know, if you're not religious, just be grateful for something, because I think that is the smallest step you could probably take to change yourself, to be a definitive difference from who you were. And when you do that, you right now are creating a new identity. If there's any key point I could have you take away from this, I wrote it down because I have bad memory, so I like to take notes in this journal here. And my key message for you would be, if you allow these ghosts to haunt you, you will never know yourself. And if you never know yourself, you'll be nothing but the ghost of your past. But if you know yourself, I believe that instead of being the ghost of your past, something that is no longer tangible, something that isn't you now, you very well will become who you were meant to be, which is you right now. And you'll take more control of your life. You'll be able to do, I don't want to say whatever you want to do, but you'll have that sense of bearing your cross, your responsibility, and you'll certainly become a better person. I hope y'all grabbed something out of this, buckaroos. I'm going to sign off for now and be ready for the next video, my friends.